Hey guys, it's Sarah from Just My Typewriter, and the question I get most on the internet, on my Instagram at just.my.typewriter, Facebook, here on YouTube, is how do I find typewriter ribbons? And that's a great question. It's an essential tool for using a typewriter. They need ribbons. A lot of times when you're getting an older typewriter and you're trying to polish it up and use it, the ribbon might be dried out. So you're gonna need a new typewriter ribbon. And there are a lot of options out there. There are some sold through craft store websites. There are some on Amazon. If you need them in bulk, there are sources for that. And there's a lot of independent sellers out there on Etsy who refurbish typewriter machines and also sell typewriter ribbons. And I've linked all of those down below. Now, we have tested some typewriter ribbon here on this channel before. I specifically went over the Typecast We Are Memory Keepers ribbons because I found a bunch of those at Michael's for about $5 a pop, and I just bought them out of the store. And if you're rewrapping them around the spools, they work pretty well and they come in some funky colors. But today I decided to test out the Zen typewriter ribbon kit, and the reason I decided specifically to go with this one was because I found an ad on Instagram for this company selling the ribbon, and they said they came with instructions. Now, when I started replacing ribbons on typewriters, I was trying to replace them on my Corsair Deluxe, a tiny little portable machine, and I broke the original ribbon spools that were plastic that went in the machine. Snapped it right off. And the reason that happened was because I was not paying attention, had no idea what I was doing, and ever since then I've had like major hang-ups about changing typewriter ribbons in my machines. But I've gotten into the habit of rewrapping ribbon around the original spools that come with the machine. So when you get your typewriter and you open it up, you can actually see the original spools in here. Usually they're metal, sometimes they're plastic. These would come with your machine. They would come on there with their original ribbon, and a lot of people suggest that you rewrap them because then you can keep the original spool with the machine, you can keep it all together, and you know it's going to fit. So you just get a ribbon replacement and rewrap it around the original. But sometimes you don't have the original ribbon spools in there, or they're already replacements. So I'm hoping that this Zen typewriter kit will tell me how to place in those ribbon covers on this typewriter machine and see if it's going to be a nice fit and make the whole ribbon changing process a little bit easier, because I still don't enjoy it very much and I always get ink everywhere. So let's change the camera setup and get to changing the ribbon on this Underwood Quiet Tab Deluxe Golden Touch 1958 machine, which means I need to change the lighting setup and take off my blazer so I don't get ink everywhere. Well, this is what the setup has to look like while I have this overhead shot here. So I purchased this Underwood Quiet Golden Tab Deluxe thingy thing from 1958 in an antique store for about $20 yesterday. Now, one of the first things I do when I get a new typewriter is I go through the cleaning process. I sit through, I diagnose all the problems with it. I then go through the process of air compressing it, and then I do a simple green clean, which I've inserted some footage of here. And if you want to see more about what I do when I first get a new typewriter in my collection, go check out the video I have linked in the description about the process you go through when you get a new typewriter. So this typewriter has the original ribbon on it, and I do want to change that. That's one of the first things I do on a typewriter, but I did want to show you guys some of the things that came with this machine. So this is a machine from 1958. I've named her Marigold. She's in perfect working condition, but she also came with some cool accessories, including this faster typing book, which has a school tag in it that says property of Huntington Area High School with a book number in it, 25-59. Now that's close to where I live, the Huntington Area School District. But what I also found interesting was that in the middle, she has some of her homework in here. So these are things that this person would have done in school. So I have like a little bit of a math chart here, flow chart symbols. So that's paperwork she did. And then this one is a drawn map that's been colored in. What's interesting is that it's labeled as the USSR over near Russia, and she got 70 points on it. I don't know if that's out of 100 or just her grade in general. So when I'm going to change the ribbons in this, I have to open up the tab. One of my favorite features on this machine is that I press this button and it opens. It makes me so excited. Now hopefully you can see in there well enough. I might have to turn this around to see if you can see better. Okay, maybe now you can see I have switched up some things. I had to add some books underneath it, so hopefully you can see what's going on. These are the two ribbons that the ribbon spools that are in here. One of them seems like it's made of metal, so that would be original. The other feels like plastic to me. But let's open up the Zen Typewriter box, see what the ribbon looks like, and it should come with instructions, hopefully, because I need all the help I can get. So it comes in this nice little packing device, carton. Does come from England, so it took me a little bit to get it. And it says, press the shift lock, move the color control level to red. And that's Zen Typewriter's logo. So it does give you a little bit of a description of how to do this process. I also know how to do this. I've done this a few times. And by a few, I mean I've done this a lot of times. All right, whoa, did you see? That was interesting. This guy, how they went from closed to open. That's nifty. So let's take the ribbon out of here. I've never replaced a ribbon on this specific machine. Now, did I pay attention to how I took that out of there? No. Okay, I got red on the bottom. These feel like heavy duty plastic. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. There it is. Okay, so it fits on the center pole, which is always a good thing. We're gonna feed it through here, back through the ribbon vibrator. That looks right to me. Is that it? Did that take me 5 seconds, or am I crazy? Let's see how this ribbon types, which means I'm gonna have to wash my fingers, probably. Or I could just wipe them on the table. Yeah, that's fine. Guys, that was so easy. Normally when I'm doing a ribbon, I am rewrapping the spools, especially with these typecast ribbons, because the inner spools on these guys have not fit on any typewriter I've tried them on. They come also wrapped, but these inner circle things have never fit on a typewriter for me. I've always had to modify them, and luckily you can cut them. They're plastic. They're pretty easy to break and mold into place. But because I went on Zen Typewriter and got the exact match for the spool that I was replacing, it did have these holes in it, like these ones do, where the additional, like the middle peg can go through this one, and then the additional one goes through here. I'm so excited that I can't believe that worked so easily. That was so simple. So if you're looking for some more ribbon resources, I have a bunch of links down in the description below, which you can look at if you're looking for interesting ribbons, just normal ribbon replacements. I'm actually super impressed with how easy this was to do. Normally changing a ribbon takes me more time because I am manually spooling it on the old ribbon, but with this one I had no problem just putting in those plastic inserts and it works right away. So check out their company, and I've linked all that information down below. If you have more typewriter questions, feel free to leave me some in the comments or message me on Instagram at just.my.typewriter. I want to thank you all so much for watching and remind you, you're just my typewriter. I don't know what to do with my hands here.